What do you think, red or green? Should we just keep this one and send the green one back? Let it pile up, cone up, and then I think I can just turn the spreader back on. Let's not fall off the bin. I just realized I was doing types of lettuce. I said cabbage in there. Those are two totally different vegetables. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of day it is you are watching. We have finally got the 7120 back. He's going to be bringing it home. No, we're not taking it back. You know, it wasn't a terrible combine. It just happened to catch fire at the wrong time. We're just bringing it home because we got to pull some stuff off of it. That's where our yield sense is and all that. For the iPad that I was talking about, we can just pull that off, and apparently it's just a few more little wires that we got to have. Obviously the elevator chain has still got to be changed on the deer, so we do got to buy that yet. This morning we went ahead and got the bins started, or the dryer started. We got the grain running out into the bins, and so I have got to fly back home, make sure that bin is still okay, because we're running it into the littlest bin right now, and it's been running for quite some time now, so I need to fly. Oh, everything's so loud out here and I don't have my headset. Still got plenty of room. Might hook up the strip till bar to the 305. Start working on it maybe. So here's the deal on this strip till bar. We really don't have much to do on it. I mean, we really went over it the year before. We put stainless steel metering systems on the bottom of the flexi coil, put all new bearings on, just really went over everything. There's not really much to do on this thing. Just check a few odds and ends. We got to get, every year, we got to get this boot loose. I grease the living crap out of the backside of this thing, and I come out here every now and then and I try and grease the ends just to keep it turning, and it just doesn't matter. So we got to unbolt this. Probably at the end of the year what we should do is just unbolt it and just take it off. I don't know why we don't do that actually. Now that you reminded me, that's a good idea. Okay, we should probably just do that so that we don't have this issue. Anyway, we'll have to descale all this and just get it cleaned up. The only reason I haven't just hooked up to that strip till bar yet and pulled it over to the shop is because I don't know if he wants to work on that or if he'd rather just get the yield sense and stuff pulled off of the combine. Obviously, that's way more important for us to get ready, but Prairie State needs our 7120 so that they can put it on the lot. So that's also very important to get done. So I don't know. I'm gonna wait for him to get home. He shouldn't be much longer. We'll see where we're gonna go from there. Maybe I can work on the strip till bar and he can work on tearing the yield sense off. Who knows? Hey, did you just want to put it over by the shop and we can take all the stuff out? What do you think, red or green? Should we just keep this one and send the green one back? It's really not looking good for case. We got the 305 sitting out in front of the shop broken down. And the 7120 that was broken finally got fixed, but just saying, all the green ones are still running. Did it show on that sheet? Did it show all that they did? Did they just replace that?
They checked all the harnesses and everything.
They just replaced all the harnesses?
I don't know if they replaced them or just checked them.
Well, they had to replace them because they were burnt to a crisp. I said they had to replace them because they were burnt to a crisp. Or do you mean the rest of them on up?
Yeah, I don't know what they did.
No, they just checked them. They're still full of dirt.
It's a sheet, when I bought it, it had 1,000 hours on it.
Huh. Let's open all this up. I don't even know. I don't really need this open, I don't think. But I think the yield sense, there's a little, here it is. We gotta get that off the side of the combine, get the wiring harnesses off, And then there's some sensors here. Yes, here. Then we got to take off this clean grain elevator. And apparently all this stuff, pretty much all this stuff will interchange to the Deere. Just got to have a few more wiring harnesses. And obviously the elevator chain itself needs to be updated. But other than that, we don't have to buy anything else. We can just swap it straight onto the 780. So to take all that stuff off, I think I just need some side cuts for all the zip ties. Maybe an 8mm. I really don't know on that one, but I would assume an 8mm socket would get that sensor off. I think that's right. Probably wrong. It's most likely wrong, but it looks like an 8. Oh, you need a 3/4?
Yeah.
Now that I climbed up in here? I said now that I've climbed up in here?
Yeah.
Well, that's okay, because I grabbed the wrong size socket anyway. God, I knew it was wrong. I think it's a 10. Oh, of course. The 10mm is gone. That's not even, I didn't do that on purpose either. Seriously, there's a 3/4 gone too. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, there it is. That's a ratchet wrench, but it'll work.
Smaller. It's a metric.
Metric, smaller than a 3/4. So we're talking what? 17 maybe? 18? 15? Should I just take them all?
I think it's a 15 or a 16.
Oh, it's that small? Try that.
I know that's not right.
Okay, well, I almost grabbed those. 15th time is a charm.
Nope.
Too big?
Too small.
16 or 17? I had the 17 in my hand. I should have let you try it.
I don't know. It could be.
Oh, for God's sakes. I'm just going to grab them all. 17, 18, 16. They're all coming. He didn't even try the 18, and told me it was too big. So if it's an 18, I get to smack him. Just try them all. Don't matter.
That one's too small. That one's too big.
That one's just right.
Yes. 17.
Okay. Okay, can I get back to my projects now? Yeah, there's a million zip ties on this thing. There's one. 2. Jeez, how long is it? There you go. Now you might be able to push it through. Now I know my shapes. And a square don't go in a circle hole. There we go. Zip tie right there. I see. Nab that guy. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a lot of fun. All right, that harness is off. Are we taking this corn with us? Let me sweep it up. Don't you miss that?
Yeah.
And I'm sure these will just turn freely. I'm sure. Actually, really not that bad. Okay, there. Okay. I wish you could rob those sensors though. Those instead of those flippers, like you were talking.
And I don't know. I may find out if those will fit.
So, what are your thoughts on that compared to the power bin fold?
Well, it makes up for the flippers.
Okay, Dad and I got all the yield sense crap off of the combine, got all our stuff out of there. We went in and ate lunch because this little bin had about maybe 20, 30 minutes left of filling. It should be good by now. Oh yes, we're very full. Shut it down. It's coming out the roof. Oh! Now this middle bin is where we're going to go next. I need this stick pole thing, whatever you're going to call it. I need this pole because I got to turn the spreader to a certain side of the bin because the spreader piles it onto one side. As you can see, it piles it too far onto that side. I need to fill over here. So I got to turn that spreader if it's not already turned. If I stopped it in the right place, which I didn't. I need this pole to kind of stick down there and get it turned. Oh, that wore a hole through that spreader. Huh. All right, that should be good. Get it sending out to the left there. Should be about perfect. I'll have him turn it on quick. Make sure that that stays put. All right, that'll work. Well, we're dropping the red one off at the green station. Prairie State is basically just taking this 7120 and painting it green because it's a lot better of a machine than a Deere, so they figured they could probably get it sold pretty quickly. Just kidding. They're all the same. They're really all the same. But we do love our Deere. It's a fantastic machine. But they're just going to take it because we traded it in on it, and they're probably going to take a bath on it, honestly. I hope not. Well, we left, but we had to come back because Dad left his Gatorade in the console there, so we can't have that. We got to have that back. That's worth too much. So Dad and I managed to get the yield sense off of the 7120, it taken over to Prairie State where it needed to go. That is all taken care of. We got the littlest bin totally full. We're running it out into the middle bin now. We're kind of skeptical on whether we should have left when we did or not. It was getting kind of full, and we're not going to be back for a little while because he brought me up to the Penner farm where the baby truck is, and I'm in it now, taking the load that's been sitting on it for a while to town finally, or to the elevator. And he was going to take the head carrier back to the Holler farm that we're on now and fuel the combine once again, and then be back. So we could have a mess on our hands when we get back home. I don't know, but that's what's going on now. I'm just getting the baby truck home finally. It hasn't been home in a long time. Oh, someone took out their mailbox. They got that one pretty good. Well, we're here. Let's get her empty and take her home. Oh yeah. Okay, I better shut her off before this corn starts coming through this gap. Okay. Yeah, it's way up here, and I mean, I got plenty of room over there, so I think the plan should be to keep the spreader off, get it turned over to that direction, and yeah, run it for a while there, let it pile up, cone up, and then I think I can just turn the spreader back on. Let's not fall off the bin. And then I think I can just turn the spreader back on. It's actually almost perfect. Right now it's pointing this direction. I need it pointing that way. Basically towards the sun. Can we do this without dropping it? I did get the other one. Ooh, that might be too far. Should need to go a little more. I know you probably can't see what I'm doing because I also cannot see what I'm doing. Okay, that should be about right. Get it sending out. Okay, I'm gonna put the camera away climbing down the bin since I almost fell off coming up the bin. And I know what you're thinking. Now, Jay, you're supposed to do that kind of stuff for the gram. I know, but sometimes Your life matters a little more than being cool. You know, it really is a dog's life. I wish I could just lay there, do nothing all day. Unbelievable. Doesn't even pay rent. Well, let us go pick some corn. Maybe we can stay ahead. Maybe I should call it cabbage. I don't know anymore. It's a stupid joke. Or should we remain here? I'd better go pack some drinks. Can't forget the iceberg. I just realized I was doing types of lettuce. I said cabbage in there. Those are two totally different vegetables. I don't know why, but this tractor just seems like it is having a hard time running this cart. Does anybody else hate the fact that it gets dark at like 5:30 now? It's me too. Does anybody else just get the sudden urge to just kind of, just run straight through the corn? See what it's like? No? Just me? Okay. Like, what would you do if you saw your grain cart driver? Like, I was all the way up here, and he's all the way down here. And I just took a straight path, the way the crow flies, and just drove straight through all the standing corn. As a combine driver, what would you do if you saw that? I mean, obviously you'd be mad, but it'd be kind of funny, right? That'd be kind of funny. What'd you break? Uh-oh. Say it has an electrical issue? Oh, it'll kind of
Losing everything. You just
shut the separator off.
and put the separator down and all that.
Did it get that far?
Same thing.
Okay. Had a warning pop up. Well, he just kind of sat there and waited, and everything turned back on. So we're gonna try and run it. We're gonna unload on the go here. Might be a mistake because he says it's just kind of slugging the separator, almost like it's trying to shut it off. Which it was doing that before, but we thought we fixed it because I changed the rotary switch on the shut-off disc, or the battery disconnect. Because I seen it was kind of corroded. I thought maybe it was just a bad connection there. And then I had read somewhere that some people are having on those fold-out bins, it won't let you start the separator if you got the bin folded down on the top of the bin extension. And so I bought one of those sensors as well. It's been sitting in the dually ever since because it's been running fine after we changed that rotary switch. So I thought it might be that, but the way he was talking, it's not even trying to start the combine, which it did now. So I don't know. We don't know what's going on. Seems to be hunky-dory now. I've got enough to fill the semi, so I'm going to take off out of here. Hopefully he can just keep picking. Yeah, that's kind of it for this video, really. It was kind of a lousy day. We always got to take a day to just kind of fill the bins, babysit them a little bit. And that was today. We got a lot of grunt work done, just little stuff. Probably should have worked on the strip till bar a little bit, but we decided to go get the baby truck unloaded. It still had corn on it, so just do little odds and ends. Get the 7120 off of the red dealer's lot, send it back over to the green dealer. Just little stuff, and at least we are picking corn now. I can't see my tarp at all. I don't know if it's coming over or okay. Yeah, it is. Anyway, yeah, appreciate you guys watching. We'll catch you in the next one.